Hey guys, this is Dean here with Old Betty 69, and I forgot to get this in on the video when I made it the other day, and it's the most important part, man. I said, the Independence Day is the birthday of the United States. You know, that's a holiday. And back in 1969, that was when Old Betty was first fired up in Climax, Kansas, at Hog Heaven on top of Pig Poop Mountain in the Flint Hills of Kansas. Anyhow, I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that, and I seen all the meat that was on here. I cut it all up, and I believe I hit 99% on the cook. The only thing that I didn't get was I put my pork butt on 5 hours after I put my brisket on. I cooked the brisket for 16 hours total. I did the pork butt for about, I believe, 11 hours. And I did the ribs and the whole chicken for 6 hours. And everything come out superb except for the pork butt. It was almost tender, and it was sliceable and almost pullable, but it was good. I needed about another hour or hour and a half on the pork butt. I should have put it on like I always do. At the same time I did brisket, but it was a smaller butt, so I figured the time. But anyway, I hope you guys stick throughout this whole video, and you had a good smoke on the holidays. Alrighty, everybody smoke on. We're feeding Old Betty right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It should fill up the next load here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. That's pretty much full. 2, 3, 4. In here, we're going to light her down there like that. There. We want a good bed of coals there. It's going to take about an hour. Okay. That's hot. Alrighty. We'll see you back in about an hour, but I probably won't be able to get this post on the 4th because I'm going to have a lot of intermittent stops. I'm going to have my son-in-law edit it for me. So it'll probably be the 5th when I get it all put together there, but we're just firing Old Betty. We got the water in the trays, man. You know, Old Betty's 69, and what does my cooker say on it? Hog Heaven on top of Pig Poop Mountain, by golly. This is a kind of a holy smoke here, man. When you're smoking on Hog Heaven, it's just like heaven. Alrighty, guys, we'll catch you later. Alright, guys, we're getting ready to put the brisket on here, and right here. We'll put this baby on, and then after this, we're gonna have some pork butt to put on. And after that, look at them flies. Let's get this rascal here. I like putting my fat cap up. I really do. Put that fat cap up, man. Here. Wait a second. Let me take it like this. Here we go. That's a big brisket. Alrighty, guys. That baby's on. And I wash my hands before I touch that meat. My hands are always clean. I'm a clean person. Alrighty, so anyhow, we'll catch you guys later on the next roll. Smoke on, baby! Alrighty, guys. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, man. Central Time, man. Over here on top of Pig Poop Mountain, old Hog Heaven, old Betty, man. We're smoking. Alright. Everybody else, I hope you're smoking too. Smoke on, y'all. Goodbye. Alright, guys. It's 3:30 a.m. I just put the pork butt on there. The brisket is looking good. You're going to have to wait to see it, but there we go, man. We're going to smoke on. You guys have a good one. I've been at it all night. I ain't had a bit of sleep. I put the last of my meat on. I put the brisket on first. Then I put the pork butt on. And then I put the ribs on and chicken. So let's take a look at it. The brisket's been on since 8:30 last night. Alright, here we go. That is a pork butt and 2 chickens, 2 slabs of ribs. I got a brisket and a bunch of rib I made into St. Louis there, and 2 more. So I have 4 ribs, 2 chickens, 1 pork butt. I have 2 more ribs over here. And then I have that brisket, and I've turned them spare ribs into St. Louis ribs, and I got them smoking beside the brisket there. So I'll probably get this here stuff here probably on the 5th. So we'll talk to you later. Bye. Smoke on. I have to preach about my meat, because anything piece of meat you put on old Betty 69 at Hog Heaven, man, that is like a religious baptism, you know. And when you go to heaven, do you want to be wrapped up with aluminum foil and all tucked in, or do you want to just want to, if you get a little cold, then you can put a blanket on. No restrictions in heaven. And the final product coming out on that meat right there, your husband looked at it, and it's looking so beautiful. Come out here and check old Betty so you guys can see it, man. I don't like everybody looking at it on me, you know. My grandkids are bad enough. I can't keep them out of it. You know what I mean? Yeah? Well, what are you guys doing? Hold that cooker out. No peeking. All right, guys. All right. I guess I could let you guys look at it because you ain't gonna see nothing. You know, I'm trying a new thing. You know, I've never ever wrapped a rib or a piece of meat or a brisket or anything, but I'm going on old Betty 69 from Hog Heaven, and this cooker is kind of like, well, it's kind of like heaven, man. See how it's got a water bath, but in heaven you ain't gonna get wrapped up in no aluminum foil. You ain't gonna have no restraints on you. But I just put that over the top of my meat and made it a blanket. I crimped it to here so the water still steams underneath the meat. There. Okay? Then I'm going to be taking it off here pretty quick and putting it in the cooler and let it rest for about 2.5, 3 hours. And then when I come back on here, oh, them ribs are pretty. You've never seen ribs like this before. The pork butt is pretty. The brisket's looking good. The chicken's out of this world, man. So, when I wrap it and put it in the cooler, we're going to see what the difference makes between a Old Betty 69 just water by itself, or if I put a tin over it. Because that water is coming up and it's steaming up underneath there. And that smoke can still get in there. And when you wrap them, they don't get no more smoke. Alright, man, we got to get our hands clean. Alrighty, guys. I'm pretty happy with my cook so far. Okay? Everything seemed to be just about right. These are two chickens here, man. But what I want to see is how that white meat. Let me get this other leg off. Okay. Okay. Find that bone there, that bone right there. Okay. Pretty good looking white meat here. I believe this white meat's pretty good. I'm not going to cut up both chickens. Okay, I'll leave the other chicken till later. Now, go. Let me set this back here. Okay. Now I did up some wings. Let me find the container. Here's somewhere. I had 2 boxes of these wings that I did on the cooker. Let's put this here over here. Let's bring this over here. Right there. I got another one here. That's the only thing that I put sauce on is that right there is them chicken wings. Okay. Get these right here. You know, they look pretty good. Put that there on that runaway there. Okay. Now, I'm going to put this one here. Okay, and then I did up some links here. They're sausages, jalapeno and cheddar smoked sausages. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Put that right there. All right. Now we'll do the pork butt. Okay. And the pork butt had about 11 hours on it. That's hot. That's really hot. Oh man, that's hot. I don't think I cut. I should have had about another hour on this here. But instead of pulled pork, I can do it like I used to have the restaurant. This is beautiful cut here. You know, when your pork butt don't come out tender, you can make beautiful sliced pork. Okay, this is, just look at that smoke ring. Look at that. That's nice smoke ring. Okay. So, but it's good, man. So I'll fix this all up here. I could say that needed to go about another hour. Now, let's take a look at the ribs. Okay. Let me get a towel here, kind of clean this board up. Look at that. Let's look at these other two here. Look at that. That is 6 hours on ribs. Remember St. Louis style ribs. That is 6 hours smoke at 225 to 250. Okay. Let me go ahead and slice this rib up. Here. Here's my big knife. Everybody cuts through the bone on the back side, but well, let's just see if that's good. Is that how ribs are supposed to be done? All right. Let's head here inside. Put him right here. Those are really good. Okay. Brisket's a hard thing to do. I hope I got it right. This was a 14-pound brisket. I smoked it for 16 hours at 250 to 225. And I rested all my meat for about 4 hours. Sure hope it's good. That's pretty good. Oh man, I got juice on the floor. Alrighty. Let's separate this flat here from the point. It's tender. So let's go right here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Now let's go off here. Those are some good burn ends, man. Oh my God. Oh. Let's go a little thinner. Let's go a little thinner here. That's an awful thick cut. So we're gonna go here. Okay. This is the point. You got that okay. Now, let's put it right over here. That. We're gonna go with that there. Look at it. Is that beautiful? This is a little thick. It could be burn ends. Let's go ahead and cut that right down there like that. Okay. Now here's the hardest part of the brisket is the flat. You know, I believe I hit everything on the money except for the pork butt. I should have had him on for another hour. But I'm getting hungry, man. I mean, look at this. Let's see what that does. Oh my God. So, we're gonna have my son-in-law, he's gonna edit this all together. It'll probably be tomorrow evening before he gets all these videos that I made during the night. I was out there by myself. I got lonely. I wanted to talk. So, everybody, you smoke on. I hope you had a fourth. And remember, this is coming from Old Betty 69 at Hog Heaven on top of Pig Poop Mountain in the Flint Hills of Kansas. Everybody have a good one. Thank you.